The weekly breakdown. Woo! Number 161. You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Tyler, Keith, Frank.
Yo, what's up?
In orange.
Yeah. It's a choice.
Your Columbus Yellow Jackets are losing to the New York Fighting Lions.
You are a bastard.
Ronaldo's over here not scoring anything for your team, and you're like, what in the fuck, dude?
I apologize.
Take him out and put Messi in. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the game is just a little messy for your team, so that's what you need.
I apologize to everyone out there for bringing sports.
Also, I got really sad. This is sort of off topic. I recorded my 2 dumb jokes from when we played Fortnite the other night, but I didn't have my thing set up for any of our voices to be shown. I'm really sad. They were my 2 best jokes. Well, the one's really bad, but the other one is... The one was, somebody said satire, and I said, what about a sad tire? And so, that one's really bad. But the other one was, hey, we need a cart. And when Rich was asking for a cart, and I had a shopping cart. He goes, hey, I got a cart. He goes, if you have a fucking shopping cart, I swear to God, I go, I don't have anything. That's the one that I missed. I'm like, damn it, I wish I had that. Yeah. But back on the actual topics at hand.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk a lot about what happened at Comic-Con.
McCann.
Last week, talk about some trailers and some other things, because there's been some other news about some of these things that have come out since. We'll talk about all these Xbox Scarlett rumors. We'll see what all happens. There's a lot of fun stuff to talk about going on. So yeah, you got a monster.
Yeah, I got the Mango Loco.
All right, update.
Yeah?
That organic energy drink I had Thursday, I have never felt more jacked by an energy drink in my entire life than drinking that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind was it?
It's called Highball, I think.
Yeah.
And it's called sparkling water energy. So it had 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 something else. And I was like, okay, but how? And it had organic caffeine in it, which whatever that means.
Oh God!
And then 2 other things that I didn't really know.
Organic ginseng and I think taurine.
Something, I don't know. But holy shit.
Where'd you get this from?
The new Whole Foods at the shops at Belmont.
I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. And I was like, because I started drinking it in the morning, so like 8 o'clock. And then by 11 o'clock, I felt so, like, my legs were, like, feeling rubbery. And, like, I was, like, kind of shaking a little bit. I couldn't type right. And I was like... Holy fucking shit, I have not felt this from a Rockstar, from Monster, from anything. I was like...
Maybe I should make a quick trip. Maybe I should make a quick trip tomorrow before we do our thing.
Yeah. It's interesting, because it's sparkling water, so it's like LaCroix, but it's an energy drink.
That just sounds disgusting to me.
I'm assuming
it tasted fine to me.
Well, you like LaCroix, so I can't fucking trust you.
But it was wild berry, so it tasted good.
Wow. Berry.
But damn. I guess those organic energy drinks are the way to go. Who knows?
I'll try it.
Or maybe I'm just immune to the other ones. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, it's too much Red Bull, too much Rockstar, too much Monster now.
Yeah.
It's
fuck it. Anyways, let's get into this. Let's start talking some of these big trailers, lots of announcements that came out of Comic-Con. Pretty heavy on, like, Warner Brothers and DC stuff.
Yeah.
Marvel wasn't there, really, at all.
No, because, they don't really have any movies that they can show yet.
Not yet.
I mean, the only one maybe conceivably would be Captain Marvel, but even then, that's...
Yeah, that's
March.
early.
That's March, so, it's super early for it.
Yeah, exactly. So, makes sense that they weren't
there. They didn't even show a trailer for Iron Fist, really. I don't think. And, like, that's coming out, like, in, like, 2 months. It's, like, September, I think.
No, there was a brief teaser for Iron Fist.
Oh, okay.
It was only, like, 50 seconds long.
Okay.
It was, like, Danny Rand, and there's some dudes out in an alley, and he starts beating the shit out of him, and then he goes, punches the ground with his fist, and then it's, like, September 7th.
Okay.
Season 2. So I'm like, okay.
Actually, somewhat excited for that.
Yeah.
At least they it seems like they got the character right this time. So.
When's the next D23? Next year?
Should be next year.
Would that be after Avengers 4?
either right before, it might actually be right around the time because I think it's April. So I think it's
because I could imagine that Marvel would announce a ton of stuff next year.
Oh, they kind of have to.
Yeah, of just like here's the next line.
Because there's only technically 2 movies left in this phase, so they kind of have to start being like, well, I mean, we know Spider-Man's coming, the new Spider-Man, but
and Guardians 3.
And Guardians 3, those are like the only 2, and I mean, it's heavily rumored that all the other sequels of the new ones are happening. So a sequel to Black Panther, a sequel to Doctor Strange, Black Widow's all okay. So there's quite a few.
Yeah.
So there's like still like 2.
Yeah, but none of them are like literally none of these movies are actually totally confirmed in a way, except Guardians 3.
Spider-Man is.
And Spider-Man, yeah.
Because
that is true.
Spider-Man is, but like Black Widow's, I think they're still trying to get a director or writer or something, and all the other ones are just like, huh.
Yep. So anyways, lots of DC and Warner Brothers stuff, so let's dive into it. Aquaman, we got the first trailer finally for Aquaman. Coming out December 21st. It's the only DC movie of this year. What'd you guys think? Jason Momoa out there as Aquaman.
It's alright.
In the spotlight.
It was alright.
Yeah.
The thing that worries me is all the CG. Like, because it just looks like it's going to rely heavily on it, and that's just... I don't know. I mean...
The movie that I was talking about from last year, Valerian.
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
Yeah.
It was like a total CG fest, nice and colorful. That was some of the shots in the Aquaman trailer. They do look good. I mean, I'm not saying they look awful, but it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a ton of CG in this movie because you can't really film underwater, you dingus.
You could. It's just that you can't do it.
It's not going to look as pretty.
You can't
get sound out of that either.
Yeah,
there might be some sharks and alligators down there that might actually hurt you.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Jason Momoa seemed alright as Aquaman as much as he did in Justice League, and yeah, I mean, honestly, the trailer doesn't do that much either. Like, shit blows up.
It didn't get me more excited, and it didn't get me less excited.
It was just kind of like, it was the thing that's like, oh, this was supposed to happen. It's not like when they put out a freaking trailer for Suicide Squad like a year and a half before it was supposed to come out. Yeah. It's like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Like, this was just like, of course it was going to happen. Everybody knew Aquaman was going to be, the trailer was going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. So.
Yeah. You have any excitement for Aquaman?
Yo, fuck fish, man. Fuck the ocean. I hate the ocean.
You hate the ocean? You ready for the worlds of DC? That's what it's called now.
Yep.
It's not the DCEU.
Yep. Official name.
It's the official name because now they're going to do movies. Some of them might be connected. That way they can, they can do their Birds of Prey movie and Gotham City Sirens, but then also that way they can do that Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie.
Yep.
That apparently is getting Zazie Beetz and was it Robert De Niro?
Yep. Got a date.
Got a date.
October 4th next year.
I'm like, wow.
So we're going to get a bunch of DC movies next year. So there's the Joker movie, there's Shazam, and there's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 1984, I think it's officially called. It's supposed to come out next year, so that'd be cool. But yeah, I mean, it looks fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Jason Momoa is fine. He's fun to watch. He's jacked. He's kind of sexy. I'm kind of jealous of him. But whatever. He'll be swimming with the fishes. He'll be getting the ladies. He'll be fucking some dudes up, throwing some tridents at their face, catching them.
That happens a good bit. You got Black Mana in there, so there are a couple seconds like, oh, cool.
I just hope Aquaman does for Aquaman what Wonder Woman did for Wonder Woman. Like, Wonder Woman was fine in Batman v Superman, but like once her solo movie came out, it was like, fucking Wonder Woman's cool. Because that movie was really good. I hope Aquaman is really good.
Or that at least, like, it's... I just hope that it's good enough, like, not even that there's a sequel, because, I mean, I don't know if Aquaman would need one, necessarily, but, like, I just want it to be good enough that it's like, okay, cool, this wasn't a mistake.
Yeah.
As long as it's like that, that's fine. As long as, like, this movie, like, Warner Brothers and DC did not waste their time making this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the whole... World's a DC thing. I think it makes sense to just do movies and make them slightly connected for now and not force it a lot, you know what I mean? Yeah. But because then if you did... Are they not doing a second Justice League then?
Probably not.
Because I know Ben Affleck's
done. Ben Affleck's done.
All this stuff. So lots up in the air. But, like, if it's still somewhat connected, if you found the right people, and you kind of get the audience back in, you could do that Justice League sequel and do it properly, and hopefully get. Justice League should have been $1 billion movie, and it fucking didn't even cross 700 million. Like it did not do. It's actually the worst performing Worlds of DC movie, worse than Man of Steel.
Well, Man of Steel had a lot of hype. Man of Steel had a lot of hype.
It did, but it's fucking Justice League. It should have been the Avengers of the DC universe, and
it wasn't. Not in the slightest.
It was
again. They just kind of they jumped the gun. I feel they didn't build a good unit. That's the other thing too with the Phase 1 Marvel movies. Most of the Phase 1 Marvel movies aren't that great either. I mean, spoiler alert: we just made a thing, and it's oh yeah, most of those are down towards the bottom. So you could have done that. Just establish the characters instead of trying to force it. Batman v Superman would have probably been better if. They weren't oh, we gotta make it set up Justice League.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they're still sticking with getting their characters out there, and it's not just Batman and Superman. You know what I mean? Because Shazam is one that might not have been made, but they're doing it.
Also, they're still doing all of them, Green Lantern Corps, all those movies that are basically still.
Cyborg still happening?
I don't know about that.
And the Flash.
I think the Flash is still happening. They're just trying to figure out what's happening.
Is it still Flashpoint?
I think that's up in the air right now.
Okay.
But and then they're doing that's the other thing too. DC, which is maybe the last thing I'll talk about DC and not specifically about this. They just they're so ambitious. Like Marvel, they announced all their Phase 3 movies, but it's these are movies that are definitely happening. You know what I mean? And then now they say okay, we got 7 movies planned after this. And it's that's not that big of a thing. Whereas DC, I think last I counted, DC has somewhere between 12 and 20 movies that are in some varying state of development.
Mm-hmm.
And it's why?
Yeah, I know.
Half of these are just going to stay in development hell or get canceled. Why?
Yeah.
I think it's because they're behind Marvel. They feel like they need to talk it up, get some hype behind it, because they need to say hey, look, we have more. They're doing a quantity over quality approach to it, but they're just pushing it out there because they want people to see that they've got shit going. Marvel, you just assume they're going to work on stuff at this point because they've been so successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
DC needs to be yo, look, we have a plan. Look at this. Yeah. We got a plan to make this a thing.
Hey, look, remember that Lobo movie we announced 15 years ago? Yeah, don't worry, that's still happening. But now, we're actually going to do it now, I swear. Who's Lobo? No, I mean, I know who Lobo is, but that's sort of the thing. It's oh, by the way, who? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, the last thing I'll say about DC, and then we'll actually talk about Shazam. To me, the situation between DC and Marvel right now is exactly like the situation between PlayStation's exclusives and Microsoft's exclusives. PlayStation's over here, they releases their God of Wars and all this stuff, that being Avengers Infinity War. And Xbox is over here with just, Forza Horizon 4, and that's the only thing they got. Aquaman is the Forza Horizon 4. Although I'd rather have Forza Horizon 4. That's going to be a good game. Fuck everybody. But still, you know what I mean? Marvel's just knocking it out of the park, one after the next, and DC's
doing their thing.
Yeah, they ran into some trouble, but now they're trying to rebound.
It's actually a very apt analogy now that I think about it. Good job.
I'm smart sometimes.
Shazam. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah, Shazam. That got its first trailer, which I kind of totally forgot that this movie was actually happening. I forgot how soon it's happening.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was happening
of next year. So we got the first trailer for this, the first teaser trailer that's 3 minutes long.
So it's not a teaser trailer; it's a trailer.
Fucking stupid. What do you think of Shazam, Frank?
Oh, I think it's cool. I think it's right ahead of Aquaman as being the most lighthearted looking thing in there, but and it's definitely a lot more lighthearted than Aquaman is, judging by the trailer.
Yeah, it's literally the polar opposite of almost every DC movie that they've done so far.
And that's probably why it's going to be their best performing one.
Yeah, potentially.
It's also just like, it just seems like such a weird movie too. Like I know nothing about Shazam, and so like watching the trailer, and I'm like,
you just I don't say Shazam and boom.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's the whole thing in the subway.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck is happening. Yeah. What is this? They could have just made this up and just told me that it happens in the comics, and I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Weird things happen in comics, but
you ever get on a train and end up in a cave?
No. Yeah.
The weirdest thing happened today.
It was also it got really cold all of a sudden. Like, it was actually like really nice outside, and then all of a sudden I could see my breath, and it was like freezing. And then some old dude with a beard told me to say his name, like Beetlejuice or something. It was Beetlejuice. It's Michael Keaton, confirmed.
Yeah.
Also Zachary Levi, which granted I guess works for Shazam and this type of movie they're doing. It's just a weird role, and even still, just looking at him, I mean, he's obviously wearing a muscle suit, because he don't look like that. And then it's just like, I'm just like, the fuck is that? This whole movie, I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh god.
I'm actually kind of intrigued by this just because of how kind of dumb this trailer was, and I'm like, okay, sure. Like, I don't know anything about Shazam either, but I like that it is. I think this is probably the only way you could really do Shazam, is do this like comedy take on it.
Yeah.
Just because I think that's what's going to pull people in. And to me, like, Shazam is like fucking Ant-Man to me.
Yeah.
Of like, nobody knew Ant-Man. No one gave a flying fuck about Ant-Man before the first movie. But the movie came out, it's more of a comedy, heist sort of thing, and people were like, cool, And I think Shazam, if they take this like more comedy approach, that could work out for him. I mean, it's a goofy trailer. Like, hey, I'm a superhero. Or I love the part right at the end of the trailer where he gets shot and he's like,
I'm bulletproof.
You're dead. Then he goes out the window. Like, that's funny. Yeah. Like, I can be down for this, I think.
Seems like a fun time.
I'm more interested in watching Shazam than Aquaman. Perfect.
Yeah, which is weird to say. I mean, I'm still super...
Very weird to say.
Which is also, I'm still super interested in Aquaman because, I don't know. Because Aquaman's like the joke of the comic book world, and then Jason Momoa's gonna play him super fucking serious. Yeah. What the fuck's gonna happen? Yeah. I'm like, like, it's just like, you talk to fish. Mm-hmm. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Although Jason Momoa is kind of the perfect guy to play Aquaman.
Yeah.
I think it's
like a surfer
good.
dude. Yeah. I'm sad he left the Crow project. He was gonna do the remake of the Crow, but because he kind of half. Maybe somewhat looks like the part. But except he's like 3 times as large as the original guy who did it. But
yeah. I mean, it's two interesting movies from DC. We'll see. There was like, I guess, behind closed doors showings of some Wonder Woman stuff that
just showed
like,
off.
You could go to like IGN and other websites and they have like a preview up of it, but that footage didn't get out.
But it just shows off how 80s it is. Mm-hmm. There was another thing. What was the other thing that I saw that... it'll come to me later, or I'll have to look it up. There was another thing I saw from IGN that they saw behind closed doors. It was either a game or a movie. I'll think of it eventually. Yeah. But
anyways, moving on to the other really big trailer that came out of Comic-Con, Godzilla, King of Monsters. Coming out next year.
Now with 50% more Godzilla.
Fuck yeah, and 100% more of everything else.
100% more movie. Well, I mean, I guess there was a movie there, but
and 100% better cast.
Except 100% less Ford Brody, best character in a movie ever created.
Yeah,
played by Kick-Ass, otherwise known as Quicksilver.
Yeah,
and that's all I know him from. Those 3 movies. I'm sorry.
This has Miley Brown, Stranger Things in it. Vera Farmiga is in it.
Got the one, the old Japanese dude from the first one. He's like the only returning cast member.
Who said the only really amazing line from Godzilla. Did you see the first Godzilla? Or the one from 2014?
No, I did not see the 2014 Godzilla.
You don't really need to. You just need to watch that.
Just
well, if it's on the streaming service, I might watch it.
Yeah. Because it's the best part of the movie. It's just... What's his name? B.D. Wong?
It's not B.D. Wong.
No?
No.
Who is it?
I don't know what his name is.
I don't know. Either.
I don't know what his name is, but he's...
Ken...
Yeah, something like that.
It's Ken something. I forget. Anyways, let them fight, and Godzilla fights this other thing. It was fucking badass.
Yeah, and then...
Otherwise, fuck that movie. Honestly, like... It was like you walk out of the theater and you're like...
Ken Watanabe.
That's it.
There you go.
I
got you, bro.
You walked out of the theater of first Godzilla and you were like really wanting to try to say to yourself that the movie was better than what it was.
Yeah, you were sitting there like... I mean, the Godzilla stuff was kind of cool, and it was just... But then it's just like... Everything sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they killed Bryan Cranston, like, immediately. And it's like...
Yeah, and then... and then
fuck?
it takes almost an hour for Godzilla to show up.
Yeah.
Like,
Just, like, ridiculous storylines that are really unneeded. But this one, I feel like they're going directly to what the audience wants. And that's a lot of Godzilla and a lot of other monsters, pretty much. That's what it looks like. What do you think?
I think it looks freaking amazing. I like kaiju.
Yes.
It's big boy season.
Yeah. Yeah. You got some, was that Mothra?
Because there's Mothra's in it.
Yeah.
Rodan and King Ghidorah, which is the three-headed dragon thing that shows up at the end.
Yeah. And, dude, six shot after six shot.
Like the shot of Mothra coming out of the water and it's like, so I'm like, ooh,
exactly.
got Zack Snyder.
Or the shot of the three-headed dragon looking thing at the end.
Yeah.
The jets that are getting all fucked up. Godzilla coming up and he's like, ah! And it comes out of his mouth and all sorts of stuff.
Fires it up in the air. I'm like, what the fuck
So is this a sequel to the 2014 one?
Sequel.
So it's tied into
it. Is tied to the first. It's the same. It's the same Gojira.
And are we still getting Godzilla versus King Kong?
Yes, we are. I think it got delayed,
right.
But I think we're still getting it.
I'm down. I'm so fucking down for this movie.
I'm super like, yeah, I'm down. And then also, I just want to see Godzilla versus King Kong. I want to see it without it being played by guys in suits. Yeah. As in, like it did in the 60s. Yeah. It's really weird to think that, like, that's what Godzilla used to be. It was either stop motion, which honestly was probably a bit better, because, I don't know, stop motion just is a nice medium, and then it went to, let's just throw two guys, one guy in a lizard suit and one guy in a gorilla suit, and just have them wrestle each other. And I'm like, but it's super cheesy, but I love the old Godzilla movies. Oh god, they're great.
I remember playing an old Godzilla video game on
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee on GameCube.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
that's the one I played.
Yeah, it was on GameCube and PlayStation 2. Yeah, I played it on PlayStation 2.
It's on PS4.
Oh shit! I need to go get that.
Yeah,
it's one of those classics that they bring. Okay,
need to get that.
Yeah, that was a fucking great game.
We should get
that. Yeah.
Fuck playing everything else. I'm just gonna play that.
I know.
Man, I was gonna try. I've been trying to plug away at time in Assassin's Creed Origins, and now you tell me that. Man, there goes like all my free time. I'm just gonna do that. I can't find this fucking article. Oh well. I'll keep looking, but I'll talk while I'm doing it.
Yeah, Godzilla looks good. I think Godzilla, though, last thing I'll say is, I think next summer Godzilla might be the ultimate popcorn flick.
Oh, yeah.
Of like, I don't even know this movie is going to be dumb, but great. It'll just blow your fucking mind.
It's like any kaiju movies, dumb but great. Like, that's what... I mean, granted...
I don't think you're ever supposed to take Godzilla seriously.
No, definitely
you're
not. And that's the thing that the most recent one did. Yeah, and I think there is a serious tone to this one.
There's
in
a
the trailer.
hint at it, like, but it's, and I'm talking to my it's a very anime root story there where we need these monsters for the Earth to survive.
Yeah, exactly. Like it seems like it's going to have this serious tone, but it's going to be like way over the top. Where the first one was literally just trying to be as serious as fucking possible.
Yeah,
and it just was not good. It really wasn't good. There's like these fucking bugs that want to like have sex with each other, and they had.
I forgot
what bugs do.
I forgot about that part.
It was like it was fucking weird. And Godzilla like opening one's mouth up. He was like, like fucking cummed in his mouth. And,
that's what it was. They showed off footage for the new Halloween.
oh.
That's what it fucking was. Alright. Okay.
Halloween.
All that.
That's just what I care about. I'm like, yeah. Because I wanted to see it. They talked about some cool stuff. But back to the actual topic at hand.
Yeah.
Which is...
I think that's about it for Godzilla. It
Yeah.
looks neat. May of 2019.
Yeah.
That's when that
It's gonna be
is.
awesome.
It's gonna be May.
Yeah.
It's gonna be May.
So, next up, we got a trailer for Glass, which is from M. Night Shyamalan,
I'm not Shyamalan Ding Dong.
connecting Unbreakable in Split. It's got James McAvoy, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson. Basically, he's setting up his own superhero universe, and I like it. I like that a lot, and it's very different, and that's what I like about it. And also, I just could watch an hour and a half of James McAvoy running like a cat.
Yeah, I've seen like most of Split. I was watching it. Yeah, I was watching it while I was trying to work on stuff at school because somebody like had it up on the projector, and so then I could only watch a little bit, and then, but my first thought watching this trailer, I was like, this trailer is too good.
Yes, it's amazing.
This trailer is it's like for what I thought of what this movie would be like ahead of time. I'm like, this is way too good of a trailer for what I expected. No, because no offense, it's M. Night Shyamalan. Half the stuff that he does anymore is just shit. I mean, he did The Last Airbender, which is the live action Last Airbender, which is an atrocity to mankind and whatnot. You
just shouldn't do a live action anime movie.
Yeah.
You just don't do that. It's an anime. Just fucking
remember Dragon Ball Evolution. I brought up bad memories, or how well people took Ghost in the Shell.
Thanks.
Last year.
Thanks for reminding me about all the bad things.
Or even though I haven't seen it, or Netflix's Death Note.
God,
I'm bringing up all kinds of terrible memories, but yeah.
Let anime be anime.
It really doesn't work. Though, okay, never mind. I'll say that for maybe when we talk about other stuff going on, but yeah, looks fun.
It does. I need to watch Unbreakable.
So do I. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the part of Unbreakable. I didn't know that Bruce Willis got superpowers.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, but I'm very fucking down for this movie. I guess it's going to focus on Samuel L. Jackson's character. Seems like.
I guess it is named after him.
Yes. But they're all there, and James McAvoy is incredible in that role.
I'm just curious how in the future they bring Nicolas Cage into the fold here with all these old actors.
That would be fucking awesome.
He plays a vampire just for that, just so
shit.
just so that they can reference whatever that one movie is where he just runs down the street going, "I'm a vampire," so they can reference that. I don't think M. Night Shyamalan did that, but they should just do that. You know what? No, Wicker Man. He just has bees coming at him all the time. Okay.
I also so this movie comes out in January. Split came out in January, and that was very successful for them. I think this movie's going to be fucking huge.
Yeah.
And it's going to completely shatter the expectations for it, in my opinion. Just because Split was really big, there's a lot of hype behind this movie, and it's coming out in January. Not a lot of big movies come out in January. It's a good time to. It's almost like releasing your big game in January.
Yeah.
It's a good time to put a movie out. Honestly.
Yeah. Also, I think it's a smart idea because it seems like it's referencing Split a lot, heavily, because at least from the Anna Taylor-Joy's presence in the trailer, which she's from Split, so it's like also that movie's more fresh in people's minds. Of course, it would make more sense to lean more heavily on that one than
and I saw Split. I would never even heard about Unbreakable before, and I watched Split, and then it ended, and I'm like, what? That was really confusing, and then you read into it a lot more, but yeah, no, secretly setting something up.
Yeah.
Which nobody thought was going to happen. And in the age of like Marvel and DC, I think that's pretty cool.
Where what there's going to be when the fourth Avengers movie is coming out before the second one's even released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess we'll move on to the last major thing we'll talk about. It's The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Season 9 trailer. Frank, you're hyped. Tell me about it. What'd you think?
Yo, there'd be zombies and there'd be people killing each other.
Accurate?
I mean, it's fairly accurate. I mean, okay, let's just get to the actual important part of this whole fucking thing, which is that it's actually confirmed that Andrew Lincoln is done after this season, which is a surprisingly big deal.
Yes.
Depending on how they handle it, this could actually make The Walking Dead interesting again.
Could maybe.
I know how they won't make it interesting again. Focus on Daryl.
And that's apparently rumored what they're trying to do, which is ridiculous. I think they should focus on Negan.
Negan is so much more of an interesting character.
He is, but he's going to be locked in a cage this season. Most
well,
likely.
I mean, if they even though
they follow the comics,
if they follow the comics, he'll get out.
Mm-hmm.
They'll let him out. So
yeah. He is leaving it, and I think they put out a trailer that is over 5 minutes long. And I thought it was fucking awesome. Like I watched that trailer, and because after season 8 ended, I'm like, okay, finally this fucking storyline is done. I think I'm probably checked out of The Walking Dead. Like everything that I've been kind of invested in over the years is done. I haven't really been enjoying it anymore. Then they put this trailer out. I'm like, fuck. I guess I need to watch The Walking Dead again, because there was a lot of like fairly intriguing stuff, and you know, at the end of season 8 they set up this like civil war in a way between like Daryl and Maggie and Rick over how they dealt with Negan. I'm like, that's fucking stupid, just totally stupid the way that it ended. I'm like, no. But then watching this trailer, I'm like, okay, they're definitely taking a different approach to it for sure, and I like the look of Rick. There is a time jump in this one. I like the look of him, you know. Just cut his hair, gray beard. He looks pretty badass. He's got the cop uniform back on. You know, like I could be down. And I think, you know, I think a big part of this season is going to be like on how, you know, maybe Rick isn't the greatest leader. In a way.
Yeah, I mean,
because that was certainly some things that, you know,
he's never been a great.
He's
leader.
Almost as bad as Negan,
in a lot of ways.
In a way, you know, he's done a lot of shitty things.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to like how. I mean, again, if you're gonna keep Negan around, you kind of almost have to change him. Like he almost has to have a change of heart. So it's like, is Rick gonna do something? I don't know. Like, there's a lot of interesting things they can do, and I mean, the Whispers. Apparently, are showing up with
what's his face from Fantastic
Yeah, I was gonna
Beasts?
say I don't fucking remember his name but yeah, he's in. I'm like, oh wow, he's doing the rounds at Comic-Con.
Uh-huh.
He's doing the rounds at Comic-Con like fucking. I'm forgetting his name. Josh Brolin was doing this summer with the movies.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, look, I got 2 things coming out.
Yeah, his biggest one being Sicario.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that movie. I haven't. I saw that trailer 50 times during E3.
On IGN,
if you watch IGN.
That also Hitman 2. I feel like I played that game.
Yeah. If you pre-order, you get the Hitman Sniper Assassin game. Just make sure. Because they showed that Hitman 2, and then right after that, it was like, pre-order now for the Hitman Sniper Assassin. It was like, I don't want to see this anymore.
Stop it. Stop. It's a cool trailer. The first time you watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about this season is because they're finally done with this Negan storyline, or at least the whole thing with All Out War. You know, now it's like, I feel like the show could find...
Breathe.
yes, it could breathe and maybe start to feel a little fresh again with its storylines, because they drug that out so much.
2.5
It should have been 2 seasons.
2.5 seasons.
Yeah, it should have just been 2 seasons in total. But it took way too long, you know?
Yeah.
Like, season 6 should have been season 7 storyline. Season 7 should have been season 8 storyline, in my opinion.
Yeah. Granted, like, some of the stuff that happens in the first half of season 6 was pretty alright. Good. But it's like, you could have incorporated that in there somehow.
Yeah, but like, all of season 6 could have been half of, you know, the first half of that season, you know? It's like, I don't know, whatever. But now it could have this fresh feel to it. I just wonder, you know, post Rick, you know, in post Andrew Lincoln, like, will the audience continue to drop off for this show? Because it dropped off big time in season 8. Like,
I mean, I would assume so.
And you know, will it continue to drop off without your main lead character? Because, you know, that's a big deal. Will they take him off in an appropriate way? Mm-hmm. Who knows? Will the show still waste a ton of time on pointless shit? Probably. How long will it keep going after this? You know,
good question.
People like knowing that the show's going to end eventually.
Yeah,
and you're getting to an end game. The Walking Dead has no end game.
No.
There is no fucking end in sight for this show. You know, I just think they need to start doing something.
Killing off lots of characters, so it just seems... And don't just be like, oh, now we have to go somewhere else. You know, oh, our civilization's destroyed. Now I gotta go find a new one. Which has been like... Which happens every 2 seasons anymore in this show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, that's The Walking Dead. Come back. Go watch it.
No. No.
Sure? Are you sure?
You can jump in now. It's fine.
Only if you jump into Dragon Ball now. Watch the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super that got dubbed.
I think if you hopped in Dragon Ball Super, that's the equivalent. I don't know. I don't drop in like a singular episode. At least you're starting at the beginning of a new season, a new storyline. If you were to hop into The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
But...
anyways, just some other quick wrap-up of Comic-Con. Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Gringo-Dingus got a new trailer.
Did. Got some cool stuff going.
It's a good trailer.
It's a very good trailer. They got some cool stuff in there. Nicholas Flamel shows up at the end, which is a nice little nod. I mean, it's a lot of the same sort of stuff that was in the first trailer, just kind of expanding on it more, and then you actually see a little bit of a confrontation between Newt and Grindelwald. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's a cool trailer. I liked it a lot.
Also, I read an article on IGN that this trailer confirmed what Dumbledore sees in the mirror.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I would assume so. If he sees it in the mirror, then that's... Maybe at that time, that's what he sees in the mirror. So who knows? I mean, things can change over time. Who knows? Maybe he's crazy. Maybe he did see socks in the mirror. I don't know. Because that's like... you know. Yeah, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
He's a senile old man. What? Sorry. But, yeah, I mean, showed off creatures. I forgot Ezra Miller's in these movies. Mm-hmm. I forgot about that.
Flash.
Yeah, the Flash. So he's not fast. He just has an unstoppable magic killing machine inside him.
Yeah. I guess Colin Farrell's not in this one.
Nah.
I liked him.
I did too. But it's just like, I think Johnny Depp could do a good job. I know people don't. I know people aren't too keen on him playing the role, but I think he could do a good job.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great actor.
Also, I know a lot of people are just really mad that they're not touching on the fact that Dumbledore is gay in these movies, but I'm like, why are you surprised? It wasn't mentioned once in the books, and then she had to just say it like a couple years after the books came out, and sort of like oh yeah, Dumbledore was gay kind of thing. It's like, you think they're going to put it in the movie? Apparently, besides that scene with the mirror, they don't have any scenes together in the entire movie. What do you expect? Mm-hmm. So, whatever. He
had something for Gringo-Dingus?
Yeah, that's what's sort of implied a lot of ways. With that knowledge that he's gay, that's what's implied.
Okay.
So, never outwardly stated, but
you know. So what's the end game for these movies then? Like, is Grindelwald supposed to stay alive for all 5 of these movies, or the rest of them?
I don't fucking know. I don't know if like his story's gonna end with this one, or if he will. I mean, technically, he's around until World War II, because they kind of bring up that parallel that he wants to kill all the non-magical people, like Hitler wants to kill all the non-Germans. Mm-hmm. So they kind of pull that parallel. So I guess technically he could be around, but it's like there's 5 movies, which is too much. You should have 3 is fine. But why 5? 5's too much, man. I mean, great. I'll watch all.
Yeah,
because I'm a shameless.
I think it's also good that J.K. Rowling's writing all of them. I think that's a good thing too.
She also read the play, and the play's garbage. She also helped write the play, and the play's absolute garbage.
I knew that. Yeah.
I think those movies are fun to look at. Like, there are a lot of fun images, fun shots to look at in those movies. But I don't give a damn about what's actually happening.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that.
You certainly because I just finished watching all of these movies. It is certainly an investment.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for the longest time, I was like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. You know, why is everybody freaking out about Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts? Like, I don't. Fucking wizards, they got little fucking dinky rinky fucking wooden objects. Like, they go pew pew pew. Like, who gives a fuck? They fly on brooms. Fucking garbage shit, you know? But then you watch it and you're like, it is an investment to me. But it's an investment, like, the more that I dove into it, the more that it is a really cool universe.
Yeah,
with a lot of really fascinating fucking characters.
Like, there's a lot of, like, a world stuff that's, like, again, that's touched upon a lot more in the books. It isn't in the movies and whatnot. Yeah. That's just super cool. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. But, I mean, especially some of those later Harry Potter movies, there are some fucking incredible shots.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking I think one of my favorite shots of all of the Harry Potter movies is in the last one at the very beginning. It shows Hogwarts, and it's surrounded by Death Eaters, and Snape's just staring out, and it's just gray, and the music is just perfect for it, and I'm like, that's a sick shot. There's some good shit later on.
Some nice sick shots all over those movies. Especially in the later ones, because the cinematography is just a lot better in the later ones.
But I think also one of the major strengths of the Harry Potter movies, and just the universe in general, is just it has some really great characters.
Yeah.
That are just absolutely fascinating, I think. It also has a lot of repetitive nature to it in certain aspects.
Oh, yeah. Especially, like, the early books. Like, it's just very, like, this problem exists, it's just this year, and then the problem's done. And this problem, okay, cool. This problem's just, like, the first 3 books are very like that. It's like, And then finally the 4th book, it's like, oh, there's actually a lasting impact after this movie.
And, like, the actual, like, overall story starts to take play. Yeah. You know?
Details start to become... You start actually having to remember details from one movie and one book to the next. And it's like...
Yeah.
That's why I like reading Harry Potter the second time through was like it just... Probably, in some ways, almost as good as reading it the first time. Because then you know when things happen. You see, like, little... Like, I see that detail. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the movies. You watch them, it's like, I got you. I see that.
Exactly. Like, once I finished all the movies, I'm like, fuck, now I just feel like I need to watch them again because I'll appreciate the details a lot more. And then I was also like, fuck, now I feel like I need to watch the books because I'm reading all these fucking things that wasn't really in the movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
It's good shit.
Yeah. Also, I've never watched it, but Star Wars The Clone Wars is coming back. Did you watch that?
No.
Yeah, apparently it's coming back for one final season.
I've been told it's good, and a lot of people really like it. Well, granted, I was told it was good by a friend of mine, the WIXQ radio station, whom is one of the biggest Star Wars fans I've ever met. Not one of those, like, toxic ones, which is great, because otherwise I don't know if I could put up with her, but... Mm-hmm. But yeah, we did a Star Wars podcast for, like, 3 hours on May the 4th this past year. It was pretty fun.
It's the only time there's actually been excitement for Star Wars in the past year
in the past 6 months.
So that's that. As we sort of mentioned earlier, Iron Fist Season 2 comes out September 7th. We'll have the Steel Serpent
And
in,
Typhoid Mary.
Yes.
Which is weird. Typhoid Mary's not. She's like a daredevil villain, which is interesting. Something like that.
So that's exciting. Did you ever watch Iron Fist?
No, I heard it was bad, I decided to not waste my time.
But it has David Tennant in it. Or not David Tennant, David Wenham. It has David Wenham in it. Faramir. From Lord of the Rings.
I'm not sure if that's enough.
Who's also who is the best and worst thing about that.
Yeah. He's fucking awful in it. But awful in a good way at times.
Until the last episode, where it's just everything's just awful.
Everything's just so bad.
I don't know if I have time for that shit.
To me, the single worst moment of that entire season was when he kills that guy over ice cream.
Yeah.
That was so fucking awful. It was laughable. Anyways.
I remember that now. Christ, I blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah. Then I guess the last big thing to talk about quick from Comic-Con is DC's streaming service.
Oh, yeah.
And
this is
a lot of related things about it.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of information about DC's streaming service. It will be $74.99 a year or $7.99 a month. You will get exclusive original TV shows, past TV shows like Batman the Animated Series, movies, old movies, and comics as well. So it's going to be everything DC all under one house. You can pre-order this streaming service.
That to
if
me,
you pre-order it, you get 3 months free. Woohoo!
That to me is like the worst part. I don't know. It just seems
ridiculous.
So gratuitous. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. So, in addition to the previously revealed lineup of classic shows, including Batman the Animated Series, Wonder Woman 77, Superman 1-4, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Batman Ninja, among others. Plus DC Universe originals like Titans, Young Justice, and Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
DC announced that Batman Beyond, the Justice League animated series, and Batman the Brave and the Bold will be available at launch on the service. They still haven't given a date.
Does this include like those CW shows as well?
No,
don't know.
not right now because Netflix has the rights to that right now, like for streaming. It should. I would imagine.
Like you want a thing with all the DC shit, but then you don't get some of the DC shit.
Yes, and say what you want about the movies recently, but this right now they have not said anything about the worlds of DC movies. So Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman, they are not going to be on here right now. I imagine they'll be there.
Yeah.
Eventually. Also, this could be an interesting way, and I'm throwing this out as a thought, of DC. What if, they had, maybe it's another payment option, maybe it's not, I don't know, but, Aquaman is on this service, pretty shortly after it's out in theaters. Like a month or so afterwards or something. It's like, hey, you want the latest, greatest shit? Boom. Aquaman right here. It's like Xbox putting their exclusives day and date on their Games Pass service. That would be really cool if they did that. They're not going to, because most major movie companies don't want to do that. Yeah, exactly. But it would totally up subscriptions to that, and then you're making a lot of money. Anyways, DC has also remastered its backlist inventory in 4K, so you'll get a lot of stuff for that. There's going to be a beautiful app for it. All sorts of stuff. There's going to be a collections feature, which could be neat. DC Universe will also host an expansive encyclopedia of all of its stuff. That could be actually pretty cool.
Okay.
If you wanted to. So yeah, there's some other features to it, but that's pretty much it. $7.99. They're basically trying to make all DC under one house. They also put out a trailer for the first show that's going to be on there, Titans. I was not interested in this at
No,
all. Have
it's-
you watched this?
No, I
It's
haven't.
like it's Robin,
It's
and he's like fuck
Fuck
Batman.
Batman.
And I'm like,
I heard that. I heard fuck
Okay.
Batman.
It's like
yeah.
I just.
Which I can get on board with. Fuck Batman.
I mean,
I just wasn't down for the vibe of what that was.
That's what I mean.
putting off, and
My-
it was weird.
my whole
It didn't
thing was
seem
like,
interesting.
I don't know. To me, which granted, my experience with the Teen Titans is basically with the animated series, which is one of my favorite superhero animated series ever. It's really good, but like, I just never saw the Teen Titans as like this thing that's just super dark and serious all the time. Like, granted, it might be like that in the comics, but I don't know. It's just like, but granted, it's also not Teen Titans. It's just Titans, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I almost feel like Teen Titans works better as a animated series anyway. But then, hopefully, if the new movie does well, the original series might come back. That's what the people say. So I'm hoping. Maybe I'll go buy a ticket to go see Teen Titans Go to the movies just so that I can support and try to get this thing back. Even though I don't give a shit about that movie or Teen Titans Go. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this whole service thing. I mean, granted, it is if you like DC, that's probably is a good bang for your buck. But at the same time, it's like I'd probably watch Batman the Animated Series. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be cool, and I know it's just launching. There's a ton of work they have to do to get this thing off the ground, but I would hope that 6 months to a year down the line, this thing is way more comprehensive of everything DC. Like, it has new DC movies, fucking almost all the old DC movies, maybe the CW shows, a lot more of the comics and animated series. Like, if you want people to really latch onto this thing, you have to put a lot of fucking shit on it.
And also, you gotta,
You know?
not just put in the old stuff. You gotta like update, like with your own original content.
Yeah,
Like,
and like, yeah, exactly. Like, these original shows, cool. They could be fine, but like, what's next for some of the original shows? Are they going to do an original show around a really big character? I think that's another thing that could really draw people in. Original animated shows, animated movies. I don't fucking know. Like,
because like
they just I know, like I said, it's just launching. There's a lot of potential in it. Maybe, I mean, granted, it's another streaming service, and if you're sub to a lot of these, it's a lot of money.
it could be cool if I don't know how you would do it. I would think of it maybe as like the Hulu, Spotify kind of thing. If somehow, or like how you can use these hookup stars or HBO to your service. Like if Netflix has these CW shows, like there's like they do like a thing where it's like, like a partnership in a way where you can get them both for, just a little bit more. Like what? It's $7 and Netflix is like $10 now. So maybe for like $12, $15 a month, boom, you get both.
Maybe, yeah, that would be cool. We'll see.
I just like because I mean, granted, I know Swamp Thing is actually like a more serious thing in the comics, and like it sounds like, but then like Titans, that's new. They're doing this new thing. I mean, which I guess isn't going to TNT now, which kind of makes me sad. Because even though I was too wild by the trailer, I still was like, all right, I'll watch it. But like, Young Justice is like a cartoon that's already existed, and they're just moving it there, and the new season showing up on that. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Yeah. Granted, like you said, they are just starting, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I would have maybe come busting out of the gate a little bit harder, maybe, but whatever.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're probably tied up in a lot of rights things.
Yeah,
right now too. Of like, this is over there, that's over there, this is over there, and maybe they're a little screwed on those.
Maybe
things
that could be the case.
Also, that Star Wars: The Clone Wars is going to be exclusively on Disney's streaming service.
I figured as much.
Next year, whenever that launches. We'll see. That I'm intrigued by.
This isn't necessarily Comic-Con news, but this is like a bit of other news since we're just doing some other newsy stuff. You see like the 2 bits of news that came out about new season of Game of Thrones?
I saw that they said the episodes won't be 2 hours long.
It's like 50 to 90 minutes, which I'm like, okay. Which, I mean, could be a good or a bad thing. I think maybe that might inevitably be a good thing. And then also does everybody kind of knew this, but like early been sort of given the
said first half.
First half next year. So it's like at least we have like a more of a fixed date instead of 2019.
Yeah.
I mean, we figured it was gonna be early next year, but at least now somebody is saying. I think I've heard some people were told February. Some the crew was told one thing and the cast was told another thing apparently. And so the 2 months that were thrown around were February and April.
Yeah. And then the HBO executive said that the other seasons, debuted, from around April to July, so you should expect something like that. That's basically along the lines of what he said.
Yeah. So
my guess is April.
Yeah, April sounds like a good. Yeah.
I'm hyped.
I am too. I've been getting back into looking at Game of Thrones stuff and stuff now that Westworld season 2's over. The Alt Shift X channels, he's gonna start doing Game of Thrones theories again, which makes me excited because he has the best theory and lore stuff on Game of Thrones on YouTube. So. Or at least one of the best. I find it super interesting. So, yeah. I dropped it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
But that stuff's
good
now.
Stuff. So yeah, that's all Comic-Con stuff. And then the last thing for that too is all I'll say is the Better Call Saul season 4 trailer. Hyped. I'm fucking jacked for that shit. Comes back next week. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'll get there.
I'm
on season 3 of Breaking Bad. I'll get there.
Yeah. Better Call Saul is a great show. It's like Breaking Bad. It's every season's better than the last. But Better Call Saul's very slow in the beginning. And the first season you can watch it and go, this is kind of boring. But then the second season's like, ooh. And the third season's like, ooh. And so far for the fourth season with the trailer, I'm like, whoa. And with the fourth season, Vince Gillian has said that there is a subplot that is going to start really connecting the two series together. Which I'm like, bring it on.
Walt and Jesse won't be showing up, at least yet, but maybe next season.
Yeah. Yep.
There's always next season.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit of video games. We'll just talk about this last big video game story of the week. Then get on out of here. Microsoft's next console to come in local hardware and cloud variations in 2020. This is the latest rumor about Xbox Scarlett, which Microsoft kind of teased at E3 right at the end. This comes from Thurrott. Microsoft is indeed going to release a traditional console as they have always done. This means a singular box with up-to-date hardware inside to play games locally. It is unknown exactly what hardware it will contain as the development of the hardware seems to be early, but one would expect a generational leap over the Xbox One. Where it gets interesting is that the second device is rumored to also be in the works. This box will be fairly hardware light, mostly accepting controller inputs, displaying an image to the screen, and collision detection. That means it's not just a streaming box as we know it, but one that offloads some computational ability to local hardware. It's pointed out that the report that this makes the Xbox Lite a bit more expensive than you would think, but still a lot cheaper than a traditional console. The idea is for Microsoft to leverage their vast bank of Azure servers, comparable to the kind of cloud Amazon wields with their Amazon Web storage, but for streaming games. So yeah. And then this just goes into some other things. The company has already signaled their intentions in this arena by pursuing Game Pass. A cloud-based Game Pass would probably close the circle, and even as we've heard from a few sources, allow Microsoft to shop the service to other devices. So, Thurrott also reports that Microsoft has cracked the latency issue with cloud-based gaming and likens the lag more to a multiplayer match than existing streaming solutions.
Okay.
Both of these are aiming for a release in 2020. What do you guys think? What do you think?
I'm curious about the whole breaking open the whole streaming thing, making it more usable, because streaming video games is a tough thing to do, considering that input lag is something that can damn a game. Like, you cannot play a Souls-like game with input lag. You can't play a first-person shooter competitively online with input lag. You can't...
Yeah.
Fighting game.
There's really not... Game. Like, there's actually a lot of games you straight up can't play with that kind of thing.
It really limits what kind of experiences you can have that will be positive. As it currently stands with streaming, I'm very curious to see how they solve the problem. And what that result looks like.
Yeah, me too. And it makes sense. Like, it really does. And I think going after it by the way of having a streaming box and then a more traditional option is totally the way to go. Because, here, we don't have horrible internet here, but it's not fucking godlike.
Yeah.
Like in other areas. We might have a little bit...
We ain't got no Google Fiber.
Yeah, we might have a little bit harder... of a time streaming games, then so maybe the traditional box is still the way we need to go.
Yeah,
in downloading games.
But there's options. And
exactly, there's options, which is what they did not do with the Xbox One initially, and they were just trying to shove all this shit down your face that nobody really wanted at that time.
Yeah, now it's like, okay, cool. If you want to go this all online thing, there you go. And I would assume, maybe. That in some way would you assume it would work with Games Pass? Like you would just basically get a Games Pass and that would be
that's what I would hope.
Or would it be just like basically just having the Microsoft Store without having a disc drive? Like you still you own games, and you can just kind of connect to you like a cloud bank and get the whatever games you own whenever you want to play it.
Yeah, like, it would be interesting how that would work. Like, if you could buy a game on this streaming box, like, do you actually have to download it, or, do you connect to, some other
What it sounds like here is that you're not playing the games locally, you're completely streaming them.
Yeah.
So, even if you buy a game, I think it's attached to your account, and, it knows you own that game, so you can just play it.
It's sort of
streaming.
More
PlayStation Now is.
Yeah,
PlayStation Now is a subscription service, but
I guess maybe like if you bought a movie on Amazon, maybe like if you bought it digitally, you're not. I guess you had the option, but you don't have to download it.
Yeah.
So then but it knows you bought it, and you own it, technically.
Yeah.
Own it, but you're going to stream it.
It's like the next level of any downloaded games is
like the game is not physically running on. You're getting a feed. You're getting a feed of it, and you're giving input to the feed of it that's coming to you. But like your box itself, there is not actually running the game on it. It's running a stream. It's connecting to it.
Yeah, but I also do wonder though, like with this streaming box, does it come with a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive to where? Like that is an option if you wanted to download it.
The way it sounds like they're developing this hardware. No.
Yeah,
it kind of defeats purpose. Like that you wouldn't need something like that. It's weird that like. I mean, granted, I think we have technology has progressed a lot since the launch of the Xbox One, and it will probably still progress a whole lot in 2 years, but it's just weird to think that this is, I guess, they're comfortable enough of word getting out about this, of this kind of thing now, and that they're comfortable going for this. Like I didn't know that, like I didn't figure that streaming capabilities or the internet and online connections were good enough yet. But then who knows? Again, who knows?
I mean, to be honest, it's an option. It's an option for people who live in areas that can support that kind of internet speed.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to how people know if they can do this, if they're going to have like a browser service that'll tell you, oh, your internet is good enough for this.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they do too.
Yeah.
yeah, it's also just so weird to think, like, yeah, we're kind of getting into the end of what consoles are now. It's weird to think.
Like, what's to stop you from, like, you have your laptop there. What's to stop you from, like, downloading an app on your laptop, on your home computer that's the exact same streaming service that this is? And, oh, shit, well...
Where you don't even...
I don't even know if like, at this point, you don't even know if you're doing PC gaming or Xbox shit. It's just, like, on their network, and you have no idea what the actual machine is on the other side.
Yeah, it's like Netflix, or in a way. Like, you could watch it on your computer, you could stream it on your phone, you could use it on your console. Like, and Phil Spencer has kind of said that. Like, he doesn't... Like, of course, he's all about the Xbox business. He wants that to grow, but he just wants people to play fucking games wherever they want to play.
Yeah. And
whether that's on their phone, their tablet, their computer, their Xbox.
Because you can just more people to play.
Do it.
It's just like...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also this weird thing where, to me, like, again, thinking that you're kind of almost abandoning the traditional sense of a console, like, you know...
But they're not.
In a way. It's still there, but, like, in a lot of ways, again, it's blurring the lines a lot more, which is, like... It makes you think, because... And maybe I'm of, like, an older mindset or whatever, but I would like to believe that maybe that even with all this kind of stuff, there would always be at least somewhat of a market for physical games.
There will be for a while yet.
Yeah, like, I don't think, like...
I think there still will be for a while. Almost like there's, you know...
There's still a market for
market for
somehow.
Blu-rays in CDs and stuff. That shrinks every year because people are getting more and more accepting of streaming. You know, I think it'll be the same way for games, but it's just going to take a lot longer.
Yeah, it's a lot harder for games because of the technical limitations and, like, the interactivity of it.
Yeah.
The problems they have to solve with and that's the main reason why I'm curious to see
how this works out.
I'm also curious, like, you know, technically, if this thing works, latency's down, all this stuff, like, yeah, I mean, then hardware limitations on consoles
don't matter anymore.
They don't matter really that much. And also, like, generations are honestly technically over because you could make anything backwards compatible just about.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy to think.
Crazy thoughts. I mean, yeah.
We've been so segmented to think of gaming as generations, and you know, there's been talks over this past one of, like, yeah, generations, they are going to end, and we're getting there. I mean, it'll still probably be a little while yet, but
I still imagine that it might even be another,
at least one more.
At least like the next generation after that one, if not even maybe. Maybe even into the next one after, maybe, like, again, like you were saying, how with, like, DVDs and Blu-rays, like, you know, it's easier, but they're kind of going down that route. I mean, again, yeah, video games are harder, so it would be after that point when we would get there, where it's like, oh, cool, the connectivity and whatnot and streaming is good enough everywhere that we don't need to worry about stuff.
Yeah. Also, really wonder. And this is probably way more down the line. It's just a quick thought of, like, if gaming is a lot more streaming focused, how much does, like, say, GameStop support this stuff? I mean, I think they would have to
an extent.
But they...
What the fuck else are they going to sell?
Yeah, I know, but... Well,
give you a Funko Pop?
Funko Pops. But like, they... You know, that's been just a dance that these publishers, they haven't really wanted to piss GameStop off because they're still the ones, you know, big chains like that are still the ones kind of pushing.
Yeah, you got to be able to push games to people who don't have the internet to support streaming.
Yeah, but this cuts out, if it's streaming, like, it cuts out so much of the middleman.
Which is why I don't think the traditional console is going to go away, and why Xbox has to release that other local hardware thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like probably...
And you're not going to see streaming services come from the other big players. You're not going to see it from Sony. You're not going to see it from Nintendo. They don't have they don't have the infrastructure that Microsoft has with the...
Yeah.
Sony gets hacked every other year, so I don't think they can manage it.
And I honestly don't think... Fucking look at PSN.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they clearly don't have the infrastructure to support something.
You
like
can't even
this.
change your name. You think you're going to be able to stream a game? Who knows? But yeah, I mean, we all know Nintendo's definitely not going to do it. They just went back to fucking cartridges. Like what? Whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, every year, like gaming everybody gets more and more accepting of digital. I know I do.
Oh no, yeah. Like
you know,
probably like most of the rest of the games I'm going to get for the rest of the year are probably going to be digital.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, it's super
It really
convenient.
is.
There's even games that I have that I'm like, I really don't want to own this game physical anymore. Like Overwatch is at the Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5. I'm like, I'm never going to get rid of this.
Yeah.
Why do I need a physical copy of it?
Yeah.
It's like my whole thing. Same thing. It's like I'm going through that debate, like with Kingdom Hearts 3. Is I'm like, do I want a physical copy? Because then it's like I have a physical copy and it's great, or do I just want to have it forever?
Yeah.
That's like, and I don't know what I want to do.
For most, just because of the way I started for most major titles for the rest of this generation, I'm sticking with physical, just because I started that collection. You know what I mean? I just want to finish it out. But next generation's could be a totally different story. I've been, the overwhelming majority of the games I own on my Switch are digital.
Same thing. Same thing with me on like Xbox. Most of my games anymore, I'm trying to get games, unless it's like a Black Friday deal or something like that. I get them digital.
Yeah, and
Like-
PC people over here, like, what are you talking about?
Hey, I have a
I've
fucking
been doing
PC.
digital for 10 years.
Like what? Well, you have to put a disc in? Pff, you fucking scrubs.
Yeah.
You bought a piece of paper to input a code?
Pretty much.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go get a physical version of PUBG on my Xbox.
Oof. Oh, it's the most.
Isn't that just like an Xbox case with a piece of paper
It
in it?
is. Or how about those people that bought a physical version of Paragon on PS4
Oh.
for $60?
And now that game doesn't
Doesn't even exist.
anymore. Or I mean, I guess if you were like me, even though I got rid of it, I got out of it, like Evolve, same kind of thing. You paid $60 for Evolve, and the game went free to play for a little bit, and then now they're just dead.
They're fucking now Onrush. Apparently Onrush did bad.
Yeah. Which is sad. That
Yeah,
game looked fun.
it looked like a lot of fun, and
It looked
Shit.
like fun, but it honestly, to me, looks like
it didn't look like a
wanna-
$60 game.
That's what I was
though.
just gonna say. Like if that game was $30, I might hop all over that because it looks like a damn good time. But yeah, apparently that didn't do.
Like
too
it
good.
just didn't. Like it looked like it played well enough. It just didn't look like it had the feature set. It didn't have. There wasn't enough there. Like it was a lot of just online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess just quick the last thing, then we'll get out of here. You've been playing a lot of No Man's
Oh
Sky.
fuck, man!
No Man's
You're
Sky?
gonna.
I just want to
yeah.
have it on here. Like, No Man's Sky's next is out. No Man's Sky was one of the most hyped games of all time, I feel. Came out in 2016. Wasn't really what it should have been for a lot of people. And now they came out with a big update that has just about everything that people wanted from it. You've played it for like 30 hours.
Yeah, I played it 30 hours. I started my save on Monday. It's Saturday now.
6 days, 5 hours a day.
5 hours a day of No Man's Sky, and I fucking love that game, man. It's got a lot going for me with the frigates, the freight, having your freighter and your fleet of frigates that you send out on expeditions, kind of like Assassin's Creed. When you send out like your assassins to do missions and stuff like that, it's kind of like that with this.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That's
Interesting. You got in some space battles?
I got
With a
some
space
space.
truck?
Yeah. So, curious thing, like when I started my game up, you start off with some garbage ass ship. It's a C-class ship or whatever. And on the first planet I spawned on, I found a distress signal, and it was to another ship that needed repaired. But it was an A-class hauler. And my current ship, that like the first ship it gives you, has like 12 or 14 inventory spots. This thing had 31 inventory slots, and I'm like, motherfucker, that thing's mine.
just took it.
So yeah, so I switched to that ship, fixed it up. You can have a collection of ships now.
Oh, okay.
So like crash ships you buy for 0 credits, so you just have to repair them to get them in your collection.
Okay.
You can buy other people's ships. You can transfer your ship and do a trade to make it cost less, but then you lose your ship. But yeah, I have I have ships. I think I'm up to 3 frigates now, which are anywhere between 1 and 3 million units each. Which early on is pretty expensive, but now I'm making a lot of money. The worlds look a lot better now.
Yeah, it
does.
I
The
mean,
terrains look
screenshots I've
awesome. The Atlas Rising story, which I'm now getting to, it was an earlier update, is kind of interesting. There's a lot of cool things about that world.
Seems like it's a actual game.
How much is that game now?
It's still $60.
Is it bumped up to back up to $60?
There's so many used copies. You could probably go to Just Was Play and get one for $10.
Because like I'll try it out. Like again, mostly because I didn't want to pay $60 because I'm not normally into these kind of games. But it's like I've heard like
co-op.
It's co-op.
Yeah, there's co-op. I played with my brother last night.
But it's like it seems super interesting, and I mean, I'll try it. Like I said, I just didn't want to I'm not paying $60 to try a game.
The base building's cool.
That's what I mean. It's like some of the stuff seems like it could be cool. I also like how the sentiment with, like you say, you played 30 hours. It's like I like how flashback to 2 years ago or however long ago it was. You play 30 hours because you enjoy the game, and it's like before you had to play 30 hours to feel like you even played a game. To feel like you did anything. Yeah. So it's like, ha.
But it's good. I think it's really awesome that Hello Games stuck with this game and said, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I think that game now is structured in a way where you can pick which way you want to play that game. Like if you want to do the story, there's a whole quest line for the story. If you want to focus on base building, there's a whole quest line that just focuses you on base building. And you can choose how you want to play that game. That game has it hasn't gotten rid of what it was. It's just added so much to it. There are new ways to enjoy that game.
It's like now it's not just complete freedom, it's directed freedom. It's like there's actual things to do with that freedom. Like before you had the freedom, but then it's like you go to a ship, you mine, you go to a planet, you mine some stuff, and then
scan,
you scan, you go to the next one. Now it's like, you can actually...
if any of you out there are playing No Man's Sky, pro tip, the very first thing you want to buy when you can, get to a space station, buy an S-Class scanner module. It'll increase your rewards for scanning plants and animals. My current S-Class one gives me plus 3,000 some percent rewards for animals and plus 5,000% for plants.
Okay.
And it'll pay itself off. That's pro tips for you.
Assuming that shit's expensive to start off with. Assuming that shit's expensive to start off with, this thing.
Oh no, this module, it costs... There's another currency now called nanites.
Okay.
Which you can earn them by... So you scan things, and then you can upload your discoveries.
Oh, okay.
It's a secondary thing that you go into a menu for, and that rewards you with that currency. And I think there's going to be microtransactions.
Oh, probably.
Because I haven't encountered this currency, but there is a counter for a currency called Quicksilver, and it is gold. Like the symbol for it is backgrounded in gold, and I'm like, that looks like a premium currency.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what that's going to be. They say they're going to have weekly content. I guess we'll see what that starts looking like in the coming weeks.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good redemption story, honestly.
Yeah.
So, that's it. We'll get back to talking about some music things next week. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was. Fun 2 weeks, man.
That's
Comic-Con. June, July, best months of the year.
Yes.
E3, Comic-Con. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Thanks for watching and listening. See you.